maybe like, okay, let me get in the gym. Let me go change. Let me go figure out what's going on. But if it's like there's a select few people who are just randomly like, no, this is not good. But if they can't tell you why it's not good, then y'all they just hating on you. If they can't like give an objective reason like, yo, your shit's trash because you feel me, you weren't even on beat and this, or like your poem I didn't get the end of the message or some shit. Like, but if they're just like, no, it was trash. Why it was just trash? Then they're trash.
I think how I like to look at it is like, what's the saying about the trash and the treasure? One man's trash is another man's treasure. I also look at it like backwards, like one man's treasure is another man's trash. Like something that you consider to be amazing is trash to somebody somewhere. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's one of those things where just because somebody doesn't like your work doesn't mean somebody can't like your work. Like, there's an audience for literally everything.
Especially in 2018.
Oh, especially in 2018.
That's never been a time.
So I think it's one of those things where it's like how he said, like, because if we being real, like, people who are like looking out for you and like will say that to you with your best interest, like people not just gonna be like, yo, that shit trash. People will tell you, like, speak it in a way where it's like you'll get better from it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they might not even call it trash. They might just say, yo, this was, you know what I'm saying? They'll point out everything that they didn't like about it. Which is okay, you know what I'm saying? Some people not gonna like stuff. That doesn't mean that everybody won't. That one person that could be their opinion, that could be their preference. But I think that's the cool thing about art is it's so personalized, like, to what you like. Like, your experience made you write that or like that, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you just gotta, you know, find yourself in it, and if you see yourself in it and you believe in it, then I say go through with it. Like, you know, people gonna call everything trash, you know. People are also gonna call random things good. Like, you know, so it's like, where you fit in that line is kind of up to you and not to them.
I remember the first time somebody like blatantly said that to my face. It was, y'all know who Rhymefest is?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay, great. So I did a program with Donda's House, when that's what it was called Got Bars, and he was like the leader of this program, and it was like this intensive, like, getting your bars up and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yo, I've been wanting to meet this man for so long. Like, Kanye was like my favorite rapper growing up. So knowing the work they did together, I'm like, yeah, let me meet him. I'm gonna show him these raps, he gonna love them, it's gonna be crazy. And I played him, I did something, I don't even remember what it was. It was some song he heard of mine though, he heard the raps. He was like, yo, that shit's trash. Like, straight like that. And I was like, and this was so like, I was living a different life. I'm in college, right? And on my campus, I'm the rapper. Like, I'm the nigga who raps in my school. So I was feeling myself. I'm like, no, fuck that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and conquer this shit. And this man just blatantly told me, this man just blatantly said to me, your shit was trash. And it was no reasoning with him. It was like, it wasn't, oh, but, unless you asked, you know what I'm saying? He was like, you asked for my opinion, that's my opinion. So the follow-up question is, so then, nigga, what can I do to make it better? You know what I'm saying? And then he would give, like you said, like, when people care, they'll say it differently. He come from a different era, you know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, that's probably why he didn't say it like that, but he definitely offered that advice afterwards. But for me, hearing it like that was like running into a wall. But I think it was an important lesson because I learned, number one, what Saba just said, that there's not one right or wrong way to do art. So he may think it's trash and his best friend may think it's great, you never know. But also, I learned how to take criticism from that. Because he did offer some advice afterwards, and I could have been like, no, I'm that nigga, fuck you, I'm not gonna live. Yeah, I'm cursing and shit. My bad.
You way into it now.
Yeah,
you way into it.
But yeah,
right.
But I learned just the importance of being able to humble yourself and like hear out somebody's opinion regardless of what you think. And I think that there are certain opinions that do matter, especially the people who care about you and who are there to help you. And if you have like this wall built around you where there is nobody around you but yes men telling you that everything you're doing is great, I don't think you can improve. And it goes back to something that Femi said a while back about comfort. And when you get into that comfort zone, you can't hop. When you get into that comfort zone, you can't, you can't progress from there. So I think it allowed me to break down a wall and be open to hearing people's feedback regardless of how I felt, and the importance of having that.
I'm really starting to think that what Rhymefest says, like, is trying to motivate you, because buddy that was sitting right there, he did the same thing in Rhymefest. Oh, he didn't feel there, but he did the same thing. And Rhymefest said the exact same thing, and he did sound
About 20 people who can tell you that.
Yeah, and he was really, and he was like mad at Rhymefest for so long, and I was like, I think he was trying to motivate you rather than tear you down, because if he was really trying to tear you down, like, I think he was trying to like test you to see if you would keep rapping, because if it let it tear you down, then you probably would quit.
That's real. Yeah, moving through adversity too. That's another lesson. Like, what if he didn't get no fucking? He really was just like, no, your shit trash. I don't care about the motivation.
I'm not trying to build you up.
Exactly. And then that goes into like, am I gonna stop because one person thinks that, or am I gonna move through adversity? So that's a different lesson too. Right.
I'll say I just got to like, I guess a point in my career where like, people are like,
I know what you
like for so long, like everybody who heard it was like, hey, this is tight. But like now on the internet is a crazy place.
Bro. Oh
It's a crazy place. And I posted something like a couple weeks ago that got a lot of retweets. And with a lot of retweets comes a lot of new people who don't know you, don't care about nothing you have going on. New opinions. So last week for me, we did this Tiny Desk concert, and it reached so many new people who didn't like it. And for me, it was almost overwhelming. Like, damn, I think I'm trash. Like, and it's like it almost like for like 2 seconds, it takes like all of the years of work and all of the years of people who've been telling you that you've been doing great and you're amazing, and it's like irrelevant for like 2 seconds. Like, oh my God, no, I'm trash. And that's the self-doubt. That's the self-doubt. But yeah, I think that's the other thing. Like, cause it's one thing to be in front of somebody and be like, yo, this is trash. Because that actually takes balls to even do. Like,
I'm looking dead in your
yeah,
eyes.
yeah.
That's a different.
But over the internet is a crazy place. The internet is mean. The internet can also be really nice, but the mean things always stick out more just because that's how we are as humans. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, 100 people would be like, yo, this is amazing, and then one person was like, this shit sucks. And then you're like, oh, that sucks. So, you know, I think how I look at the nerve conversation, I look at this one similarly. Like, you gotta put yourself in those uncomfortable, you know, don't be afraid to be trash, like, because
I feel
one
like
man's trash.
I feel like also like what's super cool.
Circle.
Wow, wow, look at the trajectory. Nah, like I think what's really interesting is that nobody's undeniable, like, and I feel like the internet proves that, like, or just like somebody. It's like, for example, like, 'cause I just released something too that got like a lot of traction. It's like, oh, cool. And then it's like, everyone's like, oh, this is hot. And then some people are like, yo, this nigga trash. Or he look like Jack West. like completely skip the song, just go straight to Jack West. But what's super interesting is that like what that becomes for me is like, okay, like somebody, so I have to work harder to be more undeniable because somebody like is like denying my existence as an artist. Like so. And it never fails. Like no matter who you are, like there's a video of Hov on the way to Madison Square Garden. Like he sold out Madison Square Garden. Jay-Z's on the train talking to this old like white woman. She's like, oh, you know, talking as if she has no idea who he is. You know what I mean? And even when he said his name, she said, oh, okay, but like she ain't know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but what that shows is like even somebody at his standpoint, like somebody denying his existence as an artist. Somebody's like, nah. So like you still have work to do. Because in theory, like, you want to be undeniable everywhere.
Not many people don't like Jay-Z music.
It's an abundance.
It's a lot of people.
I argue with people all day.
Are you one of the
My argument always with people is you expect that haters. I mean, for real.
Right.
I mean,
Drake,
Drake.
There's so many people who don't like Drake. Drake is probably the most undeniable artist.
Right, and people still don't like
people
him.
hate Drake.
Which is
So it's like it'll never really go away. You know, the extent might go away to where it might not be like directly in your face, like yo, this not it.
This ain't it.
Right, this not it. This not it. But it'll always, you know what I'm saying? It'll always be there.
My question is, have y'all ever like you like spit to somebody and they'll be like, oh, you good, but you'll probably be like a ghostwriter or something, your voice ain't fit for it, and stuff like that. 'Cause that's
I get that.
You've gotten that?
Yeah, like people out rap for somebody and they're like, oh, you cool, but like, cause you either A, don't fit the trajectory or something that they think, or whether it's the image or the mode or whatever, and you're like, oh, that's cool, but like, it would sound better with somebody else's voice, or something like that.
Yeah, I've never had nobody say that to me directly, but I think my automatic response to that, I have two things. It's like, how old are you?
I'm 14.
Are you asking that because somebody said that to you?
Yeah.
Okay, so like, you are in like a prime position. Like you're starting, you know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, it's not ever gonna be perfect. I don't think.
Nah.
Yeah, it's never gonna be perfect. And then you got to go back to what Saba was saying about trash treasure. You know what I'm saying? One person might think you sound like a ghostwriter, and then one person might think you sound like God. You know what I'm saying? But what I was trying to get to is that you have like when I listened to my raps when I was 14, I cannot even like. Just fuck the way it sounded, the words. I mean, what the fuck was I talking about? So it's just like you're gonna continue to grow and evolve. So if I was you, I wouldn't like. Who was critiquing 14-year-olds? Like, what, like I'm you. Like, keep working. Like, yeah.
You get more and more comfortable with your voice as time goes along, your image as time goes along, and like. A lot of people, like, especially most people who like say things like that couldn't even be in your shoes to do that. You know, like they will want you to ghostwrite for them. Like, you know what I mean? That's kind of the reality of the situation. I don't know. Like, it took a while for me to get used to my voice. Like, I got used to my voice like 7 months ago. You know, this is not you know what I'm saying? Like this is not like a process. So people will always say I should change.
Maya Mentor, if you're in the building, please come to the main office. Maya Mentor, please come to the main office.
Maya. But yeah, I got like that's always a thing. People like if they don't like understand something, they're quick to be like, oh no, this doesn't fit what I think it fits. But we, especially in the time we live in now and what's going on, there's a lane for everybody, there's a niche for everybody, and there's a way for everybody to kind of fit in. So you don't have to like worry and like if they're telling you that you don't fit a certain mold, that's fine. I mean, that's not the mold you need to fit anyway.
Yeah, I think that might just be theirs. Mm-hmm. Like, you don't fit my idea of what a rap superstar is. Yep. So you should probably do something safer.
Right.
You know, because that's what I think a lot of critiques are pitted in this false sense of safetyness. Like when people are like, you know, I want to be a rapper, or I want to do this, I want to, you know, like, it's like these dreams are so big that they're too big a lot of times for the people around you. And they might tell you like, maybe you should just do this instead, because this you can definitely do. What you're talking about is like a 1 in a million chance. You know, like, people have said things like that to me my entire life. Like, I've never been told to be a ghostwriter, but, you know, a lot of people was trying to get me to just do completely different things. Like, I was super smart in school and stuff like that, so they wanted me to, like, just go a different route. Like, the music will always be there. You need, you know, something else. But, you know, it gets to a point where if that same person who told you that, you know, once you have, let's say you get a following or something like that, you do a show and you kill it or something like that, their opinions could change. Right. You know, that like all of this, like art, everything about art, it's all opinion. You know, so it's like preference. So, you know, I don't think that's you know, there are no people speaking at any level, whether that's some people who go to the high school with you, whether like Drake told you that. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no person who could tell you that and it would matter more than what you think.